these white lies got me hypnotized. Get out of my head, get into my bed, I'm broken. It's only a matter of time. Shifting my paradigms. You hold me, you hurt me, I'm sinking and drowning, and I don't deserve it. Your heart is frozen. The water is rising and I'm just a drop in the ocean. I'm bitchy, you're loving you.
This is FantasyEsque and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Royal Saga with the Salazar Coven. What did we see in the mini-movie of this episode? Basically, our physician has been working very hard behind the scenes to make that potion of nimble mind so that she can cure Elaine and our lovely but evil in the shadows castle keeper can join us in all of our festivities, and as far as everyone else is concerned, return to normal, right? She's currently in prison because the effects of Ziamara's potion is still on her. So our physician has been trying to work on that, and she succeeded in discovering that potion, or concocting that potion, and she wanted to gift the very first potion that she made, the very first successful potion she made, to the queen in hopes that it would be of assistance to the queen during a time of doubt, right? So when she's got time, she's going to actually make a proper batch, and then we'll hopefully get Elaine cured. And then she can be out of a prison and walk free and basically join us whenever we have these events happening at the castle. So that happened, and then she wished the queen a happy, blood bowl, which is what we're going to be doing in this episode. Now, after that, the queen, she went down to have a chat with Guinevere, just asking Guinevere how her pregnancy is faring, because she's in her second trimester at this point. And Guinevere, as usual, answered, as well as can be, sister. So she said sister, and this is something we've been aware of from the very beginning of Eden's reign. Guinevere is the one person who refuses to call her your majesty. she refers to her as sister because, she doesn't want to relinquish her own power and hold over Eden. Now, previously, this is something Eden never noticed. She always kind of glazed over it, and in her mind it was like, but she is my sister, so what's the problem? But I think after certain realizations she's had recently about how powerful Guinevere really is, the queen is starting to note these things, and she's trying to put Guinevere in her place, because she immediately corrected Guinevere and said, I don't want to be saying this, but it's your majesty. Like, I'm your queen before anything else. That's, the proper way to speak, and you should abide by it. And grudgingly, I think Guinevere said, very well, your majesty. So that's the first time she's referred to her sister as your majesty. So she obviously wasn't too happy about it, but she did give in at the end. And then the queen went off on her own, and she was feeling some doubts about Guinevere, and there was certain things she was confused about, and I think the queen wanted a bit more clarity in her thinking. So she decided to drink the potion of nimble mind that Serana is dead, that Serana gifted to her. And unfortunately, that potion was faulty. Now, this is not something Serana did deliberately. She is a brand new physician. She doesn't have much experience. So even though it was the right recipe, she must have gotten something wrong in her spell work, because that potion turned out faulty. Now, unfortunately, because of that, the queen's mind has been dulled in this episode. So pretty much anything that Guinevere does in this episode, or, anyone does, the queen isn't going to think too much of it. She's going to resolve it very quickly in her mind as they didn't mean it, or it wasn't intentional, it's no big deal. She's not going to be able to think as sharply as she was thinking beforehand about anything that happens in this particular episode. Now, this potion of nimble mind, it was a requested potion by one of my channel members, Yuna Suzu. So that's the potion that you claimed. I hope you enjoy the way we used it. And the actual potion was faulty. It did backfire, which is why I included it in the story as such. But there we go. That's what we have going on there. So guys, we're gonna dive right in, because we have the Blood Bowl going on right now. We've invited all the ladies here, except for Elaine, of course, and certain soldiers. We also have the kids, so we have Prince Rusty, Lord Ari, Lord Channing in person, who I don't know if we've seen in person yet. We might have, but Channing's here. We also have Princess Kyra, and guys, Princess Juno aged up into a toddler, so we will get to see how she looks. Super adorable, and already we can see the differences in the way Kyra looks and in the way that Juno looks. So that is going to be fun. But these ladies, they are going to mingle with each other for a little bit, and then I have a little plasma fruit altar outside. So they're gonna go out, they are going to eat the plasma fruit and drink some punch to initiate the hunt. And then the queen has organized for a bunch of the citizens of the empire who are non-vampiric to be brought to the castle hunting grounds, so that these ladies can hunt for some plasma, for some blood. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing. So I imagine some of the soldiers that were invited, like Luciano and Blaze, are here so that they can essentially shepherd all of these non-vampiric subjects to the castle grounds. So we've got that going on. But also, guys, we have an interesting development between Guinevere and Lagatha. So while I was getting the Blood Bowl ready, I let Guinevere, I let everybody kind of just go about autonomously and do their own thing. And what ended up happening is that Guinevere has very quickly become very close to Lagertha. In fact, look at their romantic relationship. They're lovebirds right now. They are lovebirds. So at first I was like, wait, what? And the queen's here as well. But if you look at Lagertha's relationship with the queen, they're just good friends. But with Guinevere, there's something more. And I think what has happened is that now that Guinevere knows that she's not in the queen's good books and she's kind of been sidelined a little bit, you know, the queen's doing all these things to put her in her place. Guinevere has to be a lot more cautious, but obviously she's not going to give up vying for power. So she's looking for a different way to get power. And when the queen replaced Guinevere, she replaced Guinevere with Lagertha, right? So yes, Lagertha is competition, but out of all of the ladies who are currently the most powerful in the coven, so we've got the queen on the throne, and then we have Lagertha on the seat beside her to the left, and then to the right we have Catherine. Now Guinevere is not that close with Catherine, right? And she's always had an interesting relationship with Lagertha. I mean, when they were young, she looked down on Lagertha and his sister, but ever since Eden's become queen, she's had to pretend like they get along, or, you know, she's had to be more cordial with them. But more recently, we had that whole event happen with Princess Kyra, and Lagertha, you know, is the brood mother, so Lagertha worked together with Guinevere to help get Kyra back from the situation she was in at the the prison fort. But because of that whole incident, they now have like something to bond over, and I feel like Guinevere, she gained some respect for Lagertha in the way that Lagertha handled the situation, and likewise Lagertha has gained respect and admiration for Guinevere because of the way Guinevere handled the situation. And if you guys remember, in the previous generation, like right at the end, when everyone was kind of split between the two princesses, Queen Aphrodite and Meredith are the only ones who supported Eden's rise to power. Everyone else, including Lagertha, thought that Guinevere would make a better queen because they felt as though if there was like a situation where the coven members were in danger, Guinevere would be the most capable one to, you know, resolve that situation. And Lagertha, as far as she's concerned, Guinevere has now proved that, because they were in a situation that required like quick decision making, someone powerful, and also, you know, it concerned the future of the coven. I mean, our heiress was kidnapped. And Guinevere resolved that situation very well. She was in control the whole time. So I think Lagertha gained a lot of respect and admiration for Guinevere through that. And, you know, likewise, Guinevere was impressed with the way Lagertha came to her and, you know, handled that situation. So there was that. And then also how she rejected helping Xiomara. So she admired that, appreciated that. And then now, when Guinevere's in a situation where she's lost some power, she needs to get that power back. Like, who can she create this relationship with? Because she's in the outs with Eden, kind of. Or Eden's wary of her, at least. Catherine, there's nothing really there. And plus, Catherine was recently involved with the whole Xiomara things. I feel like she'd want to break from any sort of relationship, and she would be wary of people. So the only option that Guinevere does have is Lagertha. So I feel like Guinevere has started deliberately approaching Lagertha and spending time with her for power. But I also think that there is something maybe genuine there for both of them. But it's not like a deep sort of love or anything like that. I think it's a little bit of something that's like just started happening. But it's not a feeling that Guinevere would have given into if the situation hadn't called for it. The only reason why she's entertaining this, like, you know, a little bit of feeling that she has, is because she needs to right now. She's in a situation where she needs to. But I do feel like there is genuine interest on both sides. for this particular thing. Now, how is Eden handling this? I don't know. I mean, she has been okay so far. Thankfully, her senses are dulled right now, and actually this whole thing happened after she drank the potion, and her senses got dulled. So she's not really seeing this for what it is, I think. She probably just assumes that these two are being extra friendly with each other, and that's it. I don't think she sees any romantic undertone, and we all know how possessive Eden is of Lagatha, even though that feeling has never really, like, it's never really developed into anything or gone anywhere, and I don't know if Lagatha feels the same for Eden or if she has, ever has, but I know for sure that Lagatha's interest lies in Guinevere, especially after this whole kidnapping situation. Like, to everyone else except for Eden, Guinevere's a hero. We have to remember that. So there is that, and we know the Queen's, super possessive of Lagatha. She doesn't have the courage to be with her, but she doesn't want her to be with anyone else either. So there is that going on. We've had some very, very intriguing developments with our ladies. And let me show you guys Juno. Look at Princess Juno. She's so adorable, guys. Just look at this little kid. Okay, so we've got Kyra here, and then Juno. But yeah, side by side, they do look different. So where is Juno? Let me find Juno. Juno's out here. Okay, she's not an everyday wear, but that's fine. Juno, guys, look at how cute she is. Princess Juno, everyone. Princess Juno. You can already see, like, her face looks different from her sister. But she's got the silver tiara, or circlet, sorry, not tiara. She's got a silver circlet because she is a non-heiress, whereas her sister is the heiress, so she has a gold circlet. So that's Juno over there, and then let me see where Kyra is. Kyra, honey. And then here is Kyra with her golden circlet. Look at them. Look at them. They look different, don't they? They definitely look different. I don't know if you guys can tell, but they look different to me. So it's going to be interesting to see how they turn out. But both of them look super adorable. I personally feel as though maybe Kyra is going to be the prettier sister, but I don't know. I don't know. They're both super cute, and I suppose you never really know how they're going to turn out until they're a bit older, but I feel like Kyra is the prettier sister. In my opinion. But they're both really adorable. Okay, so these guys, they're going to mingle for a little bit. They're going to chat for a little bit. That's fine. And then, let me show you the altar. So this is where we have, like, the Blood Bowl altar back here. So this is, like, a new little spot. So once everyone is ready for, like, getting the hunt started, which in a second, as soon as it's like 8 p.m, we'll actually head right into it. But these ladies, they're going to come out here, they're going to have a plasma fruit, they're going to drink some punch, and then the soldiers are going to bring in the people to hunt. So we're going to do that, which should be quite exciting for us. So let me go ahead with the queen and see if I can form a group. So let's try and do that. So Guinevere, Lagatha. Serana is not going... I mean, she can't really take part in the Blood Bowl. She's dressed in a gown and everything, but she can't really take part because she doesn't have any vampiric part of her. If Xiomara was still alive and everything was well, Xiomara could have taken part in this whole thing. Unfortunately, her sister does not have any of those vampiric genes at all. So we'll do Guinevere, Lagatha, Catherine, Meredith. We'll bring the princesses over. And then Prince Rusty. We'll bring them over outside just so they can, witness this and see what's going on. So we'll come out here with everyone. Let's go here together. And, like, at this point, the sun's gone down, I assume. So they shouldn't be flaring up. Queenie, what's going on? Come on, come on. I'm sorry, Guinevere. She was like blending into the wall, but now things are a little bit better. Okay, here we go. Everyone's strung up to the blood altar, the blood bowl altar. Nice. Now, obviously, all the other guests, they're just gonna have to deal with themselves. But we'll get the queen to eat some plasma fruit. We'll get Lagatha and Guinevere to eat plasma fruit. But the idea is that all the guests, and we can use our imagination for this, okay? We can use our imagination. The idea is that all the guests have a plasma fruit and they need to drink some punch to initiate the hunt. So now let's go ahead. Let's get the queen to grab some fruit punch. Lagatha, grab fruit punch. Guinevere, have some fruit punch. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, come on, ladies. See, look, Lord Ari knows. Lord Ari's like, I know how to do this. That's right, guys. That's right. Okay, Guinevere, let's grab some fruit punch. Let's go drink the punch. There we go. We can imagine this is all just like plasma juice. All of this. Okay, she's drinking over there. The queen's drinking over here. Look at that. There we go. The little kitties are here as well. Oh, they're adorable. And actually, hold on a second. So we've got Kyra and Juno side by side. So now you guys can, you know, see the two princesses. Don't they look adorable? They're so cute. Both of them are so cute. I'm actually so happy that we managed to get, like, Salazar princesses out of those Ranarine boys. I'm so happy for that. And, you know, they've got the same skin tone. They've got the same hair color and eye color, of course. But their features, you can already tell they look very different from each other. And you guys can let me know which princess you like better. I feel like Kyra is the one for me. At least right now. Kyra just seems like the prettiest sister. And I can't say I like her because she's prettier. Like, for example, with Guinevere and Eden, they both have exactly the same genes. They're identical. But I like Guinevere better because of her personality. Her style and her personality. So, you know, Kyra is my favorite right now. But that might change as they get older, depending on, you know, other siblings they have and their styles and personalities that develop. But they're adorable. They're so cute. They're adorable. Okay, well, I love these guys. I love them so much. Oh, I love them so much. Okay, Guinevere, drink up your plasma juice, honey. Drink up, because as soon as you are done, then we can get our soldiers to herd in the not residence, I suppose. I mean, I guess. We can get them to bring in the prey. So, let's finish drinking. Okay, she's done. So now our soldiers are going to bring in the prey to the hunting ground over here, and then our vampiresses will start hunting. Okay, the soldiers have shepherded in the people that are going to be the prey items for our vampires, and obviously these people are trying to run away straight from the get-go, but our vampiresses are going to try and hunt them down to feast on. So Lagatha is going to dive first and try and go for this guy over here. So she's going to try and compel him. Guinevere is going to try and attack this lady over here. And then let's see, Queen is going to try and get this lady. And we only have 3 that these vampiresses are going to attempt to hunt. But ladies, these guys are running. They're going. They're escaping. If you can't get them, if they go, you're gonna have to find... Oh my goodness, hold on a second. You might have to change your prey item to maybe this guy over here. He seems weak and unable to run. And then Queenie... Oh geez. Is Queen even gonna get a drink? I don't know. She's gonna go for this lady over here, who seems a bit more confused. So we've got... Oh, well, not the Queen, but Guinevere. So let's go grab those prey items. And the Queen, where is she going? I don't know where the Queen's going. Oh my goodness, don't... Lyatha! Go back out, go back out. Food is outside. Food is outside. Okay, Lyatha, she's gonna go hunt down this guy. But this is kind of the luxury that they have. What is going on with you? Look, see, Guinevere, she knows what to do. She didn't even hesitate going for this person and drinking from them. She knows how this works. She's expectant. She's a ravenous vampiress, okay? She's gonna go find food where she needs to, and she's not gonna hesitate. Okay, Lagatha, where are you, honey? Where is she? Okay, so Guinevere's having a good time. Lagatha's coming on in to drink from this old man who couldn't run away. He was struggling to run away, and unfortunately he couldn't do it. I think these two were especially confused about the situation. Maybe they were especially afraid. So when everyone else thought to, you know, run from the vampires, these guys, they were a bit stupefied. So Lagatha's gonna take a drink, and I don't know, I feel like for the vampires, this might be a little bit romantic because, you know, Guinevere and Lagatha, they kind of have a thing going on. It's not really a secret, but nobody's really paid much attention to it. And they're having, like, a drink together at the Blood Bowl. They hunted together. Ah! Oh, Queenie. I think I see some prey. I see prey. I see confused prey. Like this one right here. Another elder who seems... Darn it, she's a vampire. She's not confused. She's a vampire. I think she tried to, like, sneak in with the others because she could hunt some as well, but... Okay, well, the other prey items seem to have run away, which means the Queen is going to have to put a bit more effort into finding someone to drink from herself. So let's take a look. Now the thing is, it's the Blood Bowl, so they have to drink during the Blood Bowl. Now if they can't find any prey items, then who do you guys think is going to be the prey item? It's going to be Serana. It is going to be Serana. So, okay, we have someone all the way down here. Thankfully also the Queen is, she's got full sun resistance, so she can afford to, you know, frolic around and be out here. So, okay, we've got this lady who's like all the way out here. Now, is the Queen going to be bothered to go that far, or is she going to drink from Serana? Now, her relationship with Serana is decent right now. They are friends. But I do think... And Serana's like right here, so why would the Queen go that far when Serana's right here? So, you know, at this point, they've transformed into their dark selves. They've initiated the hunt. They had, like, they did the ritual. They had the punch. They ate the plasma fruit. And now there's kind of this, I feel like, a ravenous need to feed, right? There's this ritualistic need to feed. And she doesn't have any prey over here because they ran away. And the only ones remaining were consumed by Lagatha and Guinevere. So the Queen is going to find the next closest prey item to her, who's non-vampiric, and that is Serana at this point. So she is going to drink from Serana. I mean, do we have the butler here somewhere? I don't know. Well, yes, we have the butler that we could drink from. So maybe the Queen is going to go for the butler, and Serana's going to be safe. I think we'll do that. The Queen is going to go for the butler and hunt the butler. So thankfully, Serana is safe. But for example, if someone else had drunk from the butler, then Serana would have been like the only other option left. Serana got a lucky break. So thankfully for her, the butler was on site. So the queen is going to drink from him instead. So I'll do that. Replace this sink that's broken. Okay, in goes the queen. And oh, we had some love loss over here. Probably because of the Lagatha Guinevere situation. But okay, the queen is gonna drink. So I'm glad that Serana's relationship with the queen didn't get destroyed, because they recently became friends. I mean, they're friends right now, so obviously I wouldn't want anything to happen to that. Unless, you know, the situation required it. But look at Channing! Look at Lord Channing! Isn't he adorable? This is Meredith's son. He looks so cute in his party wear. But that's Meredith's son. Okay, come on, Queenie. Drink. If you can't figure out how to drink from him... There we go. She got there in the end, guys. She got there in the end. I feel bad for this butler, but it was him or Serana. And I think Serana is very glad that she's not in the firing line right now, because that would be very unfortunate. Look at her. She's so happy. She's even watching them feed. Like, oh, thank goodness that isn't me. That looks terrifying. I wouldn't want to be on the other end of the queen's fangs. Thank you very much. Yep. So the queen's doing this, but she also feels guilty about it. Because remember, this was never kind of her thing. The queen is squeamish, so all of, like, the blood, the height, that grosses her out. And initially, it was, listening to Guinevere and Guinevere's claims that to appear powerful, they have to return to the primal way of doing things or maintain certain traditions. So the queen, she was listening to Guinevere at the beginning of her reign. And at this point, she's doing it because, even though she doesn't like it, because she's trying to assert dominance over Guinevere. And so, where did this outfit come from? I thought I got rid of it. Like, where is this outfit from? Why is this even here? I don't know. I don't know why this outfit is even here. It should not be. So we are gonna dive really quickly into Cass? Yes, and delete it, because that outfit was something that we used during the war in the previous generation, and we have since gotten rid of. So, that outfit should not be there. And I am slightly bothered by it. So we're gonna deal with it. Okay, let's go ahead and actually, in both forms, let's go ahead and delete that outfit. Okay, good. Is it deleted here? Let's check. Yes, it is. Okay, good. Let's dive back in. So that is done and dusted. And Serana has survived her first Blood Bowl without any scrapes. And, in previous generations, this is something that the physicians have had to deal with, is not getting munched on by the vampires during the Blood Bowl when they run a bit too short of prey items, or they get a bit too excited and have like a blood frenzy. And that's one of the reasons why Xiomara was getting a bit too comfortable, is because she didn't have this fear of the vampires, because, she was kind of like one of them. She was pretty much one of them, except she could cast spells. So she had like the best of both worlds. Unfortunately, that cockiness kind of got to her head a little bit. So, okay, the queen's doing her own thing. And I don't think these ladies have any particular whims for each other. that need to be dealt with. But, you know, after... Oh, Serana's like exhausted. Well, Serana, I'm gonna wake you up. I'm actually gonna get you to come here. And... Can you have a quick meal? Let's have some edamame. And what's this? Oh, chat with Lady Guinevere. Okay, so Serana, she wants to chat with Guinevere, interestingly enough. But I'm gonna get you to eat, because eating food is important. Once you've eaten, or maybe while you're eating, converse with Guinevere. So I feel like Serana, what is her relationship with Guinevere? She just wants to chat with her. I feel like she'd be fascinated by Guinevere. Should be fascinated because Guinevere, when Serana came in, was kind of viewed as the hero. And obviously, because Serana hasn't spent any time with these vampires growing up, she doesn't know that Guinevere is evil and, you know, calculating in that regard. She doesn't know this about Guinevere. The only thing she knows is what everyone else has been talking about, which is that, you know, the champion is the hero of the coven right now. So she's gonna want to get to know her a little bit more, I feel. Okay, let's stuff ourselves with more food, because apparently, let's have some cereal. Let's have some cereal at 2 a.m. in the morning. And oh, who had, this is interesting. This is interesting. Hold on a second. So who had a good blood bowl and a terrible one? So the queen had an awful blood bowl. Guinevere had a good one. Serana had an awful blood bowl. What about Lagatha? How come Lagatha's not included? That's strange. That is very strange. Okay. Well, I suppose Lagatha was kind of in the middle. She didn't really care too much about any one thing. Come on, go eat. Go eat, woman. Where's your... Go eat a quick meal. Go eat your cereal. Eat cereal. But yeah, Guinevere, you know, she hunted, and she hunted with Lagatha, so I imagine she's in a really good mood. The queen is probably not in a good mood because she, I feel like, embarrassed herself a little bit. Like, out of the people that she brought in to be hunted, they escaped and she couldn't even get one, so she had to go, you know, snack on her butler, which I feel like would be a little bit embarrassing for the flippin' queen. Especially in front of Guinevere. So she's probably not happy with that. And then I think for a second there, Serana was really worried that the queen would munch down on her. So I think she was going through the blood bowl in a little bit of a panic like at first it was okay because she knew that there were people that were going to be brought in for the vampires to drink from. So she was out here at the altar drinking the punch and just seeing the sights. And then everyone ran away and the queen was like looking around for something to eat, and Serana was like, oh no, am I in the firing line now? Is the queen gonna go for me? So I think she was a bit stressed. Thankfully the queen didn't end up going for her, but the queen was very much eyeing her up at one point. But she's gonna go and chat with Guinevere. She's gonna ask about vampiric history. Or I suppose she's going to be asking Guinevere about her recent history, maybe like her heroic pursuits. Come on. Come on. Because that's really what Serana's interested in. And I feel like right now, she's probably, even though, she's friends with the queen. She's friends with the queen. But I feel like this incident would have spooked her just a little bit, and I feel like maybe she's kind of thinking, is Guinevere the safer vampire to be friends with, maybe? So she wants to know a bit more about Guinevere. Okay, maybe ask to check up on the baby, because you are the physician, so I feel like it makes sense. So let's go here. Okay, there we go. So over here, she's checking up on the baby because, she's the physician. So she's checking the mother's health, the baby's health. So there we go. And Guinevere obviously would be okay with that. Because she, I feel like, prizes this child of hers. So there we go. Things seem to be going well between them. But yes, the queen's senses, like I said, is a bit dulled. So I don't think she would have noticed that moment between Guinevere and Lagtha outside during the hunt. And also, even though the situation is quite embarrassing for the queen, she's going to get over it really quickly. She's going to brush it on the rug. And she's going to think it's okay because she drank from the butler at the end. So the queen's going to think it's okay, but it's really not because all the vampires, they were there and they noticed that the queen, she couldn't do the hunt properly. And Guinevere is the one who had the first prey item. So she struck first, she initiated things. So for everyone else, Guinevere is becoming more and more kind of the legendary figure to look up to, the exemplary vampiress. Whereas the queen's the one who is trying to assert power, but she just doesn't have it in her. She's kind of floundering around a little bit. And I feel like people are looking at her with a bit of sympathy. Like, oh yes, she's the queen. She's the queen. But actually, the one everyone respects is Guinevere. She saved the heiress, the princess. She is now expectant. So she's, doing her part as a vampiress of the coven and the court. And also, she did so well at the hunt. She's in touch with the primal side. She's really powerful. She's the symbol of everything a vampire wants to be. And okay, she's got a bunch of power points over here. So let's take a look at maybe what direction her powers could grow in even. So what do we have here? Oh, we've got odorless. So hygiene isn't a problem anymore. Ooh, deprive needs. That would be interesting for her as a champion. She could have supernatural speed, which I feel like would be very useful. Immortal pleasures, tamed thirst. Social need doesn't decrease. Mist form. Influence emotion. Okay, I feel like maybe the... Okay, irresistible slumber. I feel like a good one for her would be the speed, in my opinion. Like, supernatural speed would be really good. So we're going to give her that. Because she is, the champion. And she is physically very, very capable. So even though, like, the queen is more powerful than her, she has more social power. The queen's physically more powerful, but Guinevere's got more social power. She's just more well-rounded. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. When we come back in the next episode, we have, Serana's birthday. And then we're probably going to have Guinevere giving birth to this baby. Because she's going to go into labor at 6 a.m. on Friday. So I'm assuming all that's going to happen in the next episode. And we'll get to see whether this baby is a girl or a boy. Some of you have been saying it would be very, very interesting if the queen had 6 princesses and everyone else had boys. Which, hey, I would be down for that. I think that'd be very fun. Because it's never been done before. But as long as we don't have twins and triplets. Like, if the queen has 6 princesses and 6 separate pregnancies, I'm fine with that. As long as we don't have multiples. Okay. But it would be so fun for Guinevere to have a little girl, wouldn't it? It'd be so interesting because both that child's parents, like Bryce and Guinevere, were evil. So if the child ends up evil, it's going to be like a mini Guinevere. But if the child ends up good or not evil, it would be like the complete opposite of your parents. So I feel like that'd be very fascinating. For me, personally. But okay, I'm going to leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.